I'm Kim from Girlschool and you are watching Rocknlive, or you should be. Well, I mean, everybody's guilty of something, aren't they? Even you must be. It's just a bit of fun, really, and it's just we had a laugh writing the lyrics. All about the devil made me do it, so we're not responsible. So we're all guilty of sin, and yeah, so that was the title track.
East to west, back again. More way madness, it's insane. Locked in, packed in like sardines. All we wanna do is scream. No way out, no escape. Sat says the wrong way. Feeling like Groundhog Day.
Well, basically, it's where Chris Tangarides records. He's got his studio there. We've actually worked with Chris 30 years ago. I can't believe I just said that, 30 years. And basically it was the record company's idea. They said, we kept humming and hawing. They kept asking us, saying, oh, it's about time you did a brand new album. And I kept thinking, well, hang on a minute, we've only just done one a few years ago. But of course, I'm useless with time. And of course, it had been 8 years since we did our own original album. So it was about time. And anyway, so we were humming and hawing, and then of course one day our Tommy, our manager, phoned up and said, by the way, you're booked in with Chris Tangarides in January the 20th or whatever it was. This was about a year ago, they told us, and get on with it. So it was like, you know, it was all confirmed, and they literally booked us in, and we had to, you know, get all the songs together. Basically, I can't really talk a lot about that because Enid wrote those lyrics, but I think what Enid was trying to say is that I think a lot of people in the world are pretty fed up with things the way they are, and it's about time everybody stood up for their rights, and so come the revolution. That's where that comes from. Well, funny enough, as I said, we only got a certain amount of time to get it all together. So, because literally the record company told us, literally with about 6 weeks to spare before we were going in, so we were like, ah! But obviously over the years, Jackie, Enid and I, who all write the songs, you know, we sort of written down ideas like you do, you know. You might see something and think, oh, that might be a good idea for a song, so you'd write it down. So we all had ideas that we'd got together over the years, so it was a matter of finding the fault, you know, blowing the dust off the ideas and all getting together and putting it all together. So it was quite good for us because we like working like that, because I think it makes it sound more fresh and more, you know, exciting, because it came together quite quick. As I said, over the 8 years since our last album, Legacy, we had been writing down different ideas about different things. And of course, there's only so many songs that you can write about getting drunk and falling over, basically. So we always like to have a couple of songs on there that mean something to us. So, you know, we get inspired. I mean, like on Legacy, we got a song called I Spy that Ronnie James Dio sang. And that's all about being watched by CCTV. And obviously on this one we've got Revolution and Treasure, which is all about, you know, looking after our earth. And so yeah, we get inspired by day-to-day things, really. I mean, Take It Like a Band even is inspired by being on the road. And so we just tend to take, you know, get inspired about things that are around us, basically. Take It Like a Band, I think, and a lot of rock bands as well, because I actually wrote those lyrics while we were literally stuck in traffic, you know, like this, all squished together in a, I don't know where we were, but we were just driving to a gig somewhere, and it was just one of those things where you think, oh, you know, here we go again. I mean, you know, the best thing about being on the road, of course, is the gigs. The worst thing is getting to the gigs, you know, the travelling.
Take it like a band. Take it like a band. Take it
Well, the funny thing is, when we first started out and we got successful, we were expecting loads of other women to come out, you know, sort of loads of other bands to form, but it didn't seem to happen. It's only now, sort of 30 years later, that there seems to be a lot of women out there now. So we don't really know why it didn't happen then, but it's happening more now. So we hoped that we would have inspired women then, but it's only now it seems to be that they're coming out. For some, I don't know why. They are amazing. I'd actually seen them when they supported Motorhead a few years back, and I thought they were incredible then, and I knew how good they were. So we were quite, oh my God, when we knew that we were taking them to America with us, we were a bit like, oh, how are we going to follow them, you know, and these young, beautiful Swedish girls, you know, and who are absolutely amazing. So, but it worked really well, and we all travelled together, all us girls, and so we got on really well. I love them to bits, and they are literally incredible. And of course, they have been together now, I think, for about 13 years or 15 years or something like that. They've been together quite a long time, and you know, we used to talk about, they are asking us about everything, and they can actually see themselves being like us and being together forever, as it were, you know. So they are absolutely brilliant. They were a great inspiration to us, actually. They made us work really hard going on after them, I tell you. Yeah! Take it like a man. Take it like a man. Yes, we love you. We think you're nuts, so please come and see us. Take it.